Hey fellow photographer, how's it going? This is Glamour Photography Tips and I'm Michael Zelbel, and here's what I've got for you today. Today it's all about how to really master lighting. Yeah? If you really master it, then you can bring across the three-dimensionality of the object that you're shooting. And you can also bring across the surface texture so that the viewer can imagine how the depicted item is feeling when he is looking at your photograph. Yeah, that is some of the stuff that good old Dean Collins was teaching very well, and I'm using it today. Right today I'm shooting cousin Notorious Estrella in her latex outfit, and I found that's a perfect opportunity to tell you something about, how to light this latex outfit so that the viewer of your photo can imagine how the latex, how the rubber is feeling when he would reach into the photograph. I bet that's interesting. However, the theory behind that lighting, it's pretty complex, and it's something you probably do not want to hear, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. So keep on watching, don't switch away. The thing is, in order to really master lighting, you have to accept at least one inconvenient truth, and that is, while most books might have told you that you have to care about the highlights and the shadows in your photo, this is cool, but this instruction is just half of the truth. Actually, it's even less, it's just 2/5 of the truth to be exact, because there are not just two important areas that each light source projects onto your subject, there are actually 5 important areas. And here's what I mean. I asked Notorious Estrella to stand right next to one of the umbrellas that we used in the shoot, and now let's have a look what this umbrella does to her latex dress. Yeah, it's mirrored nicely over here in her chest area, so let's zoom in a bit to her chest. What do we see over here? The first thing is this reflects the mirror. Yeah, that is the specular highlights, how we call it. That's really where the light source is sending direct beams to the subject, and they are directly reflected back to the lens. That is where we can see the light source. And then, of course, there's a shadow area where no light is hitting the subject anymore, or very little light. So the black dress over there is really black, and that's the shadows. But now the next thing comes, the diffused area. This is something in the middle, where the black is sort of grayish and the red tones are still pretty light. This is where some light is hitting her dress, and the light is not directly from the light source, it's bouncing off somewhere, but there is still light, it's not really shade. Yeah, and then we can have a look how all these 3 areas meet. I mean, there's a pretty clear separation between the areas, but it's not exactly sharp. Yeah, it's not that the light source is really sharp depicted over here. There's an area which is a little bit diffused, and that is called the specular edge transfer. Yeah, it's just showing that the light source is not really in focus, or that the material is not a perfect mirror. Now there's a little bit of unsharpness. And the same with the shadows. Now there's the shadow edge transfer, where the shadow is blending into the diffused area. It's not all of a sudden a jump in tones, it's a blend. And this is the example on the latex, but exactly the same areas are there if we have a look at the matte surface, like for instance her skin over here. Yeah, you've got specular highlights, and they are there. This is where the light source directly hits the subject and is reflected back. You just don't see a clear picture of the light source because the surface is matte. There's also a diffused area with midtones over there, and there's also the shadow area over here. But the transfer areas, they are much wider. The specular highlights reach far into the midtones, and then the shadows reach into the midtones, and it's one soft sweep, so to speak. So this large specular edge transfer and shadow edge transfer areas, they tell the viewer of this photo that this surface is actually matte and it's not shiny over there. Yeah. So this is what these 5 lighting areas do. They tell you about surface texture, also 3-dimensionality, and it's all within your control. It's up to you what you project onto there, and if you want to bring across, let's say, shiny latex, or if you want to cover it by making the light really soft over there so that you can't see the light source. It's important that you know what's going on in these areas, and that you, if possible, use it to your advantage. Okay. I think that's enough really complicated stuff for today. So let's wrap this episode quickly with something really simple. And I mean the actual lighting setup of this shoot. As you've already seen, we've got 2 umbrellas over there. One is left to the model, one is right to the model. The umbrellas are hidden behind large reflectors of mine, and I covered these reflectors with some black curtain just in order to introduce a little mystery to the scene, so that the viewer of the photograph, he doesn't really 100% know what's going on there. The model is placed somewhere, probably in a club or anything, you don't know. I've got the 2 speedlights behind the umbrellas, and in order to set up the speedlights for the adjustment, I did nothing, absolutely nothing. They're both running on TTL without any adjustments, and it's just fine. I did set up the camera, I did set it to f11, and I cranked up the ISO to ISO 400 in order to have the flashes not working too hard. I hope I didn't fry your brain too much with too much complicated stuff. Just try it out, use it in your photo shoots. See what you can do with the 5 lighting areas and how they react when you change the lighting a little bit. Just try it out, do something with it, and let me know what you think about it. Please comment below the video, tell me whether that is useful for you or not. In any case, I hope I didn't scare you away, and I really hope you come back next Thursday for the next video. And until then, I wish you a whole lot of fun with your photo shoots. And like always, I wish you good light.